Salakia, that was Satan. But, you deal with the prophets, man. They had moments where they was done, man. They wanted to give up, but ultimately, the Most High had the spirit on them to where they had to keep going. That's what it boils down to, is that when you keep going, you keep enduring, this affliction we dealing with, scriptures say it endured but a moment, man. It don't feel like that, but this sorrows and sufferings we dealing with, this shit ain't gonna last forever. And you got to be real with yourself, because, even though we catch a lot of hell, but, there are moments the Most High give your ass a break. He give you a breath of fresh air, like when you play the old, forget if it was like the Mario games or whatever game it was, but, when you underwater and then you run into the bubbles and you kind of get that sigh of relief, you get that air, that's how it is, man. It says, casting all your care upon him, for he cared for you. Be sober, be vigilant, because your adversary, the devil, as a roaring lion, walketh about seeking whom he may devour, man. And yeah, man, Satan desires to sift us as wheat. That's why he put that, crash out spirit. He wants you to, have thoughts to delete yourself and whatnot, to give up. That would be a victory, for on the left hand, man. But that's why this is bigger than us. You know what I'm saying? We have angels supporting us, ministering to us, brothers in this thing, because really it's not just about us as the individual, man. It's about the sheep. It's about the people who, are edified and who grow from these lessons, man. Not to say what we dealing with is not important, because it is, because it can be used to edify someone else. But, this is bigger than us, okay? You brothers got, people that look forward to your videos going out, man, to these lessons going out, because, again, without this truth, really, I speak for myself, man. I would have been Jake, who's to say, man? You could only imagine, you know what I'm saying? But we do have, we do have each other in this thing, man. And this is what it's about. It says, verse 9, whom resist steadfast in the faith, knowing that the same afflictions are accomplished in your brethren that are in the world. See that? So, everything we're dealing with, man, is accomplished by other brothers in this thing, man. You sisters out there, it's another sister that's been dealing with shit you've dealt with or whatnot. And again, we got to get out of that mindset of feeling we're going to burden someone down by opening up to them about these things, man. Because again, it's about that understanding. Brothers know what you're dealing with, man. We all dealing with the fucking same shit. At the end of the day, it may be a little different, but it says, knowing that the same afflictions are accomplished in your brethren that are in the world, but the Most High of all grace, who hath called us unto his eternal glory by Hamashiach Yahushai, after that ye have suffered a while, make you perfect, establish, strengthen, and settle you. To him be glory and dominion forever and ever. Amen. Yeah, man. So through the suffering, we're being made perfect. See that? We're being established. We're being strengthened. Okay? If you're to reflect on yourself 6 months ago, a year ago, every 6 months you look back, you've gotten stronger, man. At least that's the goal. Okay? But the Most High chastening us is designed to make us stronger, man. Those chastenings, those scourges come as the form of everything that I mentioned earlier, man. Okay? That shit don't fucking feel good. It's not supposed to. You know what I'm saying? But when you look back, we've been strengthened, and this is all to make us perfect, if you will. Which is the fullness is gonna come when the Lord returns. But we're shaving off more and more of that old man. Okay, more and more of the things that make us imperfections. Okay, but that was really the point on that. I didn't want it to be too long. Okay, but it was on my spirit because Jake been catching hell. We catch hell, and sometimes it just feel like you repress it in, and you feel that and that stress is not good for you. On a mental, on a physical level, and sometimes you have to open up because that's, Yahweh Shem Yahshua, wants us to do that. Okay, cast your cares on him. And we have brothers in this thing. You have a family, a system, a support system in this thing that, we're to depend on. You may not be able to go to your woman about it for obvious reasons. If she fucking around and throw it back in your face, but, that's pretty much the point. I'm gonna give all praises to Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shabbat Shem Kakadash, detail Wa Baba Ball, Shalom.